I think it's been given a guarded welcome so far, Janat. This €15 charge is really just stage one of a two-stage process. It's going to apply in a part of London where drivers already have to pay to enter at peak times, and where many ordinary Londoners certainly wouldn't dream of taking their own cars and actually paying that €15 charge. Stage two, though, will be a lot more ambitious, and in about 2 years' time, a much bigger part of London, taking in many of its suburbs, will also be covered. And that means people making trips to the shops or doing the school run might have to think twice before taking their car out, particularly or only if it is an older car or a diesel. As you say, these rules apply only to petrol cars that currently are more than 14 years old. But the net is cast a lot wider for the owners of diesel vehicles. If yours is from before 2015 and doesn't comply with the latest Euro 6 diesel emissions regulations, well, then you'll be affected too. I'm going to bring in Laurie Leybourne-Langton, who is an Associate Fellow at the Institute for Public Policy Research, and he's one of those people who was involved in actually devising this scheme. Laurie, how certain can we be that it's going to work?
The scheme works under similar principles to the congestion charge. So it'll apply a fee to people who are driving in. And in the way that the congestion charge was aimed to reduce congestion, this is looking to reduce air pollution, and we're very confident it will have the same effect.
So what is the main objective here? That people won't make these trips, or that they might ultimately upgrade their vehicles to get a better, greener car?
Both and more. The number of trips will be reduced, the length of trips and where they go may be reduced as well. And then as time goes on, that people will be able to cycle over to a new vehicle. And as far as I understand, there are schemes that the Mayor has implemented that will also support those who can least afford to make that change.
It is going to be a delicate balance, though, isn't it? Because obviously you have to motivate people to make the change without bothering them too much, because you have to keep the general public on side. And I just wonder if people in the suburbs in 2 years' time want to take out their diesel SUV down to the shops or to pick up their kids from school, they're not going to be terribly happy if that's going to cost them €15.
We all have to think when we do drive our big diesel SUV that it is contributing to an enormous air pollution problem in this city, in cities around this country and around the world. And that's having an enormous negative impact on people's health, particularly children. So charges like this are there to remind people of that and try and speed up the process of getting to cleaner vehicles. But at the same time, there needs to be a process of supporting those, because they were told by government in this country not too long ago that diesels were the vehicles they should be buying.
Okay. Laurie Leybourne-Langton from the IPPR, thank you very much for joining us on Euronews. I think many people are on board with it. The Mayor described air pollution as a public health emergency, and pointed out that 2 million Londoners live in areas where the air quality is not up to standard. Many of them will certainly be hoping for an improvement.